Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to talk about the Storm Collectibles DarkStalkers Dimitri Maximoff. This is your main man, Big Bad Vampire from DarkStalkers. There's a lot to say about this, but I won't get into the backstory. Just know that I want this line to do well so we can see other characters. Shout out to Storm for starting it up. Hopefully we get more and more and more. But yeah, Dimitri's looking good so far. Got him pre-posed up, as you can see here. And honestly, I really like how this started off. I would say my only quick gripe would be that I wanted a cloth cape, but everyone knows that I like cloth capes. That is just my preference. And while I do like cloth capes, I will say I do enjoy the fact that this one does not hinder the articulation on the figure, which is very important. You can actually move this one around pretty well. Like, if you're gonna add a cape, a soft rubbery plastic cape is a nice touch to if you can't have a cloth cape, right? I mean, for me, that's what works, because now when I want to do anything articulated, this works. I can just move anything out of my way. I can fold it up. I can like it's malleable. It's movable. That kind of stuff is just important. Now, in terms of my look on this guy, like I said, it's pretty accurate. He dons a really nice, really good look. My man can hit the power moves and the power poses, and most importantly, moving this guy around doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It does feel strong and capable. So that's actually pretty important. You know what I mean? Look at this. You get your Superman flight poses. You're good money with this guy. But more importantly, I know a lot of people have a lot of problem with the muscular tone. When I gotta say, it actually fits this style really, really well for DarkStalkers. Because if we're talking about the video game, which obviously what we're talking about, it fits that style 100%. Let me actually move my camera up so you can see Dimitri's face more. I actually want to talk about how good that sculpt is too. Yeah, look at that. Look at your boy. That is one angry vampire. Like, for real, for real. You can see how good that is. And it's stuff like that that makes me realize, like, I think we might be a little bit spoiled sometimes, and that's okay. Because we just don't realize just how good we've come from the stuff that we were getting just maybe 10 years ago. But I'm glad we've gotten here. This guy is nice. Now, let's talk about articulation. We can hit a T-pose, right? We're folding all the way out. Our cufflinks are movable. We have that is strong right there. We have a bicep swivel. We are double jointed, but our muscle is going to help us it's going to keep us from flexing in even further. We have a joint that moves. I pressed it a little too hard. I may be a little too strong, and I gotta chill with that. But yeah, flexing is not a problem for Dimitri. We can actually rotate all the way around with no problem. We do have our soft plastic butterfly joint, which will allow us to get our arms even closer, which will allow you to get those really good poses when you're going to shoot your fireballs. As you can see here, our head can move. Well, here's a little different, because here with our neck area, this part is actually attached to the jacket, so you can't take this off. So don't try to take this off. It will not work out well for you. Don't try that, right? But as you can see here with our articulation, we can go left and right. We can tilt side to side. But because of this collar piece, it's going to keep you from getting too articulated, as you can see here. But I like the way it looks. But for some people, that little gap there is going to cause a little too much trouble for them. So just be careful with yourself. As far as our ab articulation goes, we can press on forward. We have really good forward crunch. Going backwards. Oh yeah, going backwards is nice, to the point where you actually begin to see the gap. You can actually go further too, but I'm going to press back in. Our soft plastic keeps us from looking too crazy. We actually get a lower swivel as well, which helps you get an even more deeper articulation. Our leg can go forward, which is really nice. We can poke our leg out, in, pinky toe bend. Can we rotate? Yeah, we can rotate to the sides, y'all. Ooh, yeah. We have a double joint, but because of our musculatory system, yet again, it's going to keep us from looking really crazy by folding it in. And yep, we do have thigh swivel as well, but it isn't as good as previous ones, and I think that's because we want to keep our design a certain way. But Dimitri doesn't do anything too crazy, or anything that we would have that would have him do crazy actually requires us to change around his body and morph him into a bat. And since we aren't doing that, I think we have a really good look at our Darkstalker. What the most he can do to his ability. But again, this is going to be based on whether or not you're going to feed your childhood love, or you're going to ask yourself, do you really want to get this? Now, me personally, I'm going to like feed my childhood love. That's just me. But I know a lot of people, they go, oh, it doesn't give me what I want, so I'm not going to buy it. Good for you. You've made the call that works best for you. Don't worry about other stuff. Now, in terms of articulation, though, sorry, not articulation, our items, what he comes with. This is going to be pretty cool because you get 2 types of fireballs, right? You're going to get your really big fireball. This is a actually pretty big fireball. Like if you compare this to tiny little Kuga, like look how much space it takes up on. Like it would destroy him on impact. Well, I don't think it would destroy Kuga, but yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, this is really cool. And you do get a port point right here at the bottom. So keep that in mind. That is because you will get a stand. Stands are important if you can't use Photoshop for people like me. I can't Photoshop to save my life, y'all. I can't. Then you'll get the smaller bat projectile, which is our glowing bat, which looks really good. Wings are soft too, so you don't have to stress yourself about any breakage whatsoever. That's really good. And then next up, you're going to get 2 alternative heads and a bunch of hands. So you're going to get your laughing head. There we go. And then you are going to get your pissed off, clenched teeth face. Basically, you're about to beat your feed face. You know, he is a vampire. And then you're going to get some hand accessories. Now, you will get your... These ones are pretty cool. You're going to get... Oh, wait, I'm getting it all mixed up, y'all. Save me! You're going to get your open Dimitri hands. These are going to be your classic alluring hands. Or your fireball hands, depending on how you want to go about it. It all depends on the kind of actions you want to take. You will get, these are the actual fireball hands. These are open, clawed, fireball-like hands. And then you get your open, semi-clawed hands, which allow you to grab people and things like that, depending on how you want to go about it. These have a lot of range in between the index and thumb, which means, like I said, you can kind of choke certain characters, do whatever it is you want to do. It'll make it look really good. And that's what you get as far as accessories come with Dimitri, for if you want to square up, if you want to claw an opponent. I mean, obviously the only thing you can't do is technically turn into a bat, which is okay, right? Because I wouldn't want to be able to do that, because probably would scare the crap out of me. But let us jump into the size comparison and see how he stacks up, in case you want to do some SNK versus Capcom Chaos stuff. So let's do that. Alright guys, size comparison time. We're going to do a bunch of Storm Collectibles first, and then we're going to move into other stuff. Here is a Ryu from Street Fighter. So you can see just how small Ryu is next to Dimitri. It looks crazy, right? Then we have Akuma, aka Goki, who has been upscaled. So the new Ryu is probably going to be a little bigger, so I compare the old one. The Street Fighter 2 Ryu actually scales out a little better, but I like the idea of these two fighting each other. Let's move these guys out of the way. Next up, we have Kyo Kusunagi, who's a good contender, especially if you want to do the SNK versus Capcom stuff. Right? Then we have Storm Collectibles Scorpion. You can never go wrong with a Scorpion added in. Then we have Sagat, and I threw in Sagat because he is a large character, and he's normally included in stuff, but more importantly, you get a scale for size, as he even towers over Dimitri as well. Next batch of stuff gets a little different. Right? Here we have a Mythic Legions Knight. Much shorter than Dimitri. Right? But what's crazy is, in case you want to do the SHF stuff, here's an SH Figuarts Ken, which is even more tiny. It's just ridiculous in terms of size for that one, right? Next up, we will have a Mezcal Batman. Just chose this Batman at random. There we go. We'll do a NECA Predator. Wow, he's even close to the size of NECA Predator. Did not expect that. Then we will do... Oh. Let's do Guts from Berserk. This is a Figma. It's a little bit bigger, but just wanted to throw him in there. Then we have a Lightning Collection White Ranger. No point in trying to do G.I. Joe or Marvel Legends at that point, because you know where it stands kind of with these guys, right? Last but not least, SHF Kamen Rider Kuga with a custom head that I just want to show off. But always, because we throw Kuga in there, it's my staple. There's no way Kuga is going to ever be close to Dimitri in terms of size at this case. But yeah. Either way, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. Ichigo, Riley, and Ginger say hi. And last of all, please, be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.